Hello and welcome, welcome one, welcome all to the McRaeKingz page. Hi, how are you guys doing? I am His Majesty, and over there,
I'm Joseph McRae.
yes, he don't like to use his title, but that's okay. But anyway,
How you gonna
welcome
take
to
it off my face?
because I'm doing our intro.
Okay, well tilt it down so they can see more than my eye.
Well, why all of a sudden you want to be on camera so much? You
Because I'm
camera
cute.
shy.
Because I'm cute.
But anyway, this video is being made for not only Facebook, but it's being made for YouTube as well. So for those of you that are new to our YouTube channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit the notification bell so you'll know that when we post new content.
And make sure you hit the thumbs up to like the video.
Yes,
as well.
and make sure you like all our videos. Don't make me have to come to your house. Don't make me have to come to your house. But with that being said, we're going to get right on along with this video. As you guys noticed, you've noticed that we decided to start pre-recording our videos for the internet, period, for Facebook as well as YouTube, because what we want you guys to do is transition over to our YouTube page and tell a friend. Please tell a friend. Please tell everybody that you know to go over to the McRaeKingz page and join our page on YouTube. I'm telling you, you are going to find so many fun, interesting videos over there. There's so much laughter. There's so much comedy over there. There's videos that are serious. Joseph talks about when he had his stroke. I talk about, my issues, my medical issues, especially dealing with mental health and so on. We also do our story time, which is doing really good. Shout out to all you guys that left your comments about our story time videos. Thank you so much for the encouragement. We will continue to do our story time videos. Um, Now for the update, as far as Joseph is concerned, I'm gonna let Joseph tell you how he has been doing.
You got
Um,
the whole iPad in my face now.
anyway, I'm going to tell you how Joseph. I'm going to let Joseph tell you how he's doing, and then we will proceed on with the coffee with the King's platform. But before we do that, I need to make a statement. This statement is for a good friend of mine. His name is King, and I wish to offer him an apology because I don't want you, Demario, to think that my intentions were anything but to express myself and express myself about my opinions about the Black Church. I know that you, as a commentator, I want you to know that as a commentator, as a content creator, that I have the utmost respect for you. And I would never come onto your platform to try to break down or shut down your platform or make it into anything that it's not. I would never try to make a mockery of who you are or who your platform is. I respect you as a content creator. I respect you as a man of God. And the one thing that that I really love about you is that you are knowledgeable of the word. And so I just really wanted to say that. So with that being said, I'm going to let Joseph tell you guys how he's been doing, and you guys can, you know, we'll proceed on with coffee with the Kings after that. Joseph,
Oh, now you want to put me in the camera.
just Joseph.
High flying. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, then I'm sure you saw my video on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Facebook, then you don't know what my video is on YouTube. So I suggest you go to YouTube to see it. But anyway, I'm good. My walking is getting better. I'm forcing myself to move around more than I should because my body really tells me now. I don't know what it was about having a stroke, but my body it tells me when I should and shouldn't do certain things that I want to do. I just listen. I sleep a lot now, but from what I'm told, it's my brain's way of healing itself. So that's why I'm sleeping so much because I've never been to sleeping. I've never been a person to sleep a lot, but I sleep a lot now. But other than that, I'm good. I'm walking around the house without a cane. If I go outside, I still use the cane because, in the house I have walls and I can, if I go to, I can do that and support myself. But outside, I'm not going to grab a total stranger just because I'm about to tip. But anyway, I'm doing good. I'm doing better than expected because I hate bossing him around, asking him to do stuff for me. Not because he won't, but because I'm not that person. So I try to more or less do it myself. Let him tell it. All I ever do is give him instruction. He gets mad because I'm specific in how I want things. I don't just say, could I get some water? I need ice water.
Let me stop him right here. Let me stop him. Hold on. No, y'all. Y'all, I'm going to stop him right here. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, my husband, I love him with everything that's in me, with every fiber that is within me. And as much as I complain, I already know the type of person that he is. And so because I know the type of person that he is, it does not stop me from complaining, because I'm going to complain. I'm going to rant. I'm going to mumble under my breath. But and it's not that I'm not happy about doing it. It's just, that's just the way it is. Listen, I'm a realist. I take things for what they really are. I take things at face value. I love my husband to death, but I know him. He can be a little selfish at times. And sometimes he can play something to the very end. And that's exactly what he's doing. Joseph, that's just the person that Joseph is. If you give Joseph a piece of candy, or if you give him a bag of candy and tell him that whole bag of candy is his, he gonna eat that whole bag of candy, and he ain't gonna ask you, do you want some? Do you want some? Do you want some? That's how he is now. I've been running up and down the damn stairs, getting his ass ice water. I don't know what it is with the motherfucking ice water, but I've been running up and down the damn stairs, getting his ass ice water. I make sure that, but the most important things that need to be handled with him, I make sure that I handle them. And I make sure that I handle them with the best intentions and the best of care that I possibly can. Like, I know Joseph loves to eat. So, and he loves good food. So I make sure that I cook him good food, because now the doctor told him that he's not allowed to have any salt. So I had to learn how to cook salt free. And so far he has loved everything that I've cooked for him. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, Joseph, that you've loved everything that I cook for you. But at the same time, I don't want to deter him from asking me for things. The only thing that I do not like that he does is that he'll, in the middle of getting ready to ask me to do something for him, he'll stop. And I don't want him to. I don't want you to start doing that. I really don't want you to start not asking me for something just because you think that I'm going to be mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Joseph. I'm not mad at you.
I don't think you'd be mad.
So, with that being said,
when you said I do, that's what you signed up for.
Right, exactly. This is my husband. That's exactly what I signed up for, and that's what we keep on trying to tell y'all folks about being married. When you marry, sometimes your partner gonna get on your nerves. Sometimes you gonna.
I do know that I can be extra.
No, he can. No, he can't.
I do know that I can be extra.
He is extra.
And
extra.
Sometimes
read all about it.
Reel myself back in, because I tend to want things the way I want them, and not any other way but the way I want them. So, I know that I'm extra when it comes to that. So I try to not be extra.
Now, there was one thing that did butter my biscuits. He had the nerve, y'all. Let me tell y'all something now. I'm going up and down the stairs, bringing him his little ice water and bringing him his little meals and stuff like that. Then he going to have the nerve to go downstairs and the dishes wasn't washed. And he's going to have to tell me it took everything in him not to say nothing about the dishes not being washed. And I'm like, for real?
I was about to
hold on
out again.
Yeah, he's talking about he was going to stroke out.
So I stood there, stroked out and all, and washed them.
See what I'm saying?
He knows my kitchen has to be a certain way. I don't care what all y'all know. Y'all have one room in your house that has to be a certain way. Everybody's like that. Some people it's the kitchen, some people it's the bathroom, some people it's the living room, some people it's their bedroom. My pet peeve in the house is the kitchen. I promise you, when I went downstairs to get it was the day your sugar dropped. So his sugar dropped, and he was laying here shaking because he didn't want to say to me that he needed some sugar. So when I realized it, I got up, I went downstairs because I knew he hadn't eaten that day, so he needed some food. I went downstairs, and I promise y'all, I almost stroked out
Listen
again.
to all the operative words, y'all.
I almost stroked out again. So I put food for him in the microwave, and I stood there, and I just couldn't. And my whole brain was just about to just go pop again. I had to stand there, wash the dishes, straighten up the kitchen, get it nice and neat, and then bring him his food. And I said, Lord, I hope he don't pass out before I bring the food, but I got to do this because I can't come back down these stairs again because I was like this. And I came upstairs and I brought him his food. And then I knew I was doing too much. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I knew I was doing too much. And I ended up throwing up and feeling bad. But it was my fault because I knew I shouldn't have did it. I should have just carried my ass downstairs, got his food, like I said, and came back upstairs. But I couldn't. I was about to stroke out.
Okay, now y'all heard all the operative words, right? I'm upstairs, hyperglycemic. My blood sugar is 57. I remember that day. My blood sugar is 57. I remember that day. And he said that he was going downstairs to get me something to eat so they would bring my blood sugar up. But he was about to stroke out again because it was a few little dishes in the sink. Right? So he stopped. That stopped him in his tracks. He had to stop doing what he was doing. You said your side, right? Stopped him in his tracks. Took him all the way off track. I'm still upstairs now. Mind y'all.
No, it didn't take me
Hold
off track.
on.
Your food was in the microwave.
Hold on. Mind y'all, I'm upstairs, hyperglycemic. Eyes about to roll to the back of my head. And he downstairs with my food in the microwave. And he about to stroke out because there's a few little dishes in the sink. He washes the dishes. And then,
but see the
hold
problem.
on, no. Oh, no, ma'am, no ham. Because I'm going to get this out. I'm upstairs dying. He waits until my food get out the microwave and he brings my food upstairs. And the first thing that he says to me, he didn't say, baby, are you all right? Are you okay? He didn't say that. He said, I was about to stroke out because you left all them dishes in the sink. And I had to sit down there and I had to wash all them dishes before I brought you your food.
And they say I stood up.
Okay? And this is the thing that we keep on telling y'all about marriage. When you sign up for marriage, you sign up for every single solitary just molecule within that person. And you best to believe that when you make them vows, you better believe and you better understand that you hold those vows. You got to hold those vows to every single letter. Now, mind you, he didn't say obey when we got married.
Oh, no, that wasn't.
He didn't say obey. Matter of fact, when we got married, if y'all go back and look at our wedding video, that's the one thing that he said that he would not do, is obey. But I said all that to say this. You guys need to get over to our podcast and you need to listen to our new podcast featuring the Renties, Tyrone, and Famous.
And the Helmsley Cruises.
Yes, the Helmsley Cruises.
And Gabriel.
Yes. And shout out to the Renties. Happy anniversary to you guys. Happy anniversary to you guys. Make this day special. Tyrone, you make this day special for Famous. And Famous, you make this day special for Tyrone. And make it golden. Make it a day that you guys will never forget. And we wish you the best. And may God bless you with hundreds and hundreds of years of happiness. You guys, and the photo shoot, all that. The photo shoot is all that. Listen, me and Joseph, we're going to do our own photo shoot. We're going to do our photo shoot now. Now we got to do our photo shoot, not to compete with you guys. Because Tyrone and Famous, they're like, y'all family to us now. Y'all brothers.
I told Tyrone when I text him, happy anniversary, I text him, I said we were each other's spirit animals.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Tyrone and me and you, our fashion aesthetic It's just the same. Now I might push. I think I push the envelope just a little bit more than what Tyrone does. You think?
Mhm.
But famous is exactly like Joseph. Famous is exactly like
Yeah.
you.
Everything,
His fashion aesthetic
everything
is
he
just
had on, I would wear.
yes,
Everything.
everything.
Especially that suit with that red jacket.
Yes,
Oh, that is so mean.
yes, and that and everything that Tyrone had on, them gold shoes. Now you know, Tyrone, you know I'm going out to get me some gold shoes now. Now I still remember I saw them gold. Remember them gold shoes I saw that I was gonna get. I'm getting them bad boys now. Now I'm getting them. Now, as far as that is concerned, y'all, I know y'all ain't seen me. My hair game is just shot. My hair game is shot. Listen, I just not have had the time, nor have I had the money since we moved into this new place.
And y'all don't understand.
Joseph,
living
you're
in this little
interrupting me.
two-horse town, we both stand out like sore thumbs.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Especially him with his fashion, which is not a bad thing. It's just that when Tremel walks through, everybody, oh my God, where are you from?
Yes. And let me just say this before we go on. It's not nice to interrupt people when they're talking.
Oh,
it's not nice.
but
that's the part of who he is. He likes to micromanage. He likes to micromanage, and he likes to tell me what to do. So, and now I'm at the point where listen. In a sense, when you get married, you have to do the work. You really do. You do have to do the work. You don't have to. If it's hard work to you, then you shouldn't be married. You shouldn't have got married. This is not hard work. It's not nothing for me. It's a brush off my shoulder to do something that my husband asked me to do. And that's what we talk about. That's what we talk about when we talk about love and marriage. So get on over to our podcast. We're on all podcast platforms. Of course, Joseph is going to interrupt me in a few minutes and let you know what podcast platforms we're on. I don't want to go through all of that. We're on a lot of podcast platforms. So those of you that have, I know we're on Apple, we're on Spotify. That's all I know. So if you have an app, if you have an iPhone, then you can get us on podcasts. If you have a Android phone, then you can get us on Spotify and
you can
Anchor.
You can do Apple and Google Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
That'll cover you if you have an iPhone or if you have an Android phone. You could just do Apple or Google Podcasts. If you don't want to download that app, you can go straight to Spotify if you have Spotify for music and just type in the McRaeKingz. Or if you already have either Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, or Anchor, you can listen to us on all of those as well. We're on all those podcast platforms.
Mm-hmm.
If you have another podcast platform that you would like to hear us on, that you particularly just want to listen to us on there, let me know. And I will try to get us put onto that platform. Yes. It may take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, but more or less we can get on that platform as well. Just let me know what the podcast platform is, and I can try to get us on there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and you know what? I have to give a shout out. We got to give a shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. And shout out to the Notorious B.I.G. for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's about time. And shout out to Jersey's own. Shout out to Jersey, to Brick City. That's my town. Brick City. Shout out to Brick City, New Jersey. Whitney Houston is also being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a long time coming. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. It should have happened a long time ago, especially for Whitney and Biggie. But thank God that they're being inducted. I know their families wish that they could have been here to see this moment. But now that they've gone on, let's keep their memory alive. You know, I swear to God, this especially Whitney getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Joseph. It's like sometimes I get a little sad because of the way in which the R&B world is now. And for me, R&B and the R&B world is just gone. It's dead. R&B music is just gone in terms of the new G's. I'm not talking about the OGs because that's what I listen to. I listen to classic R&B. I listen to the oldies like Frankie Lyman, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Stevie Wonder, and you know, artists like that, because for me, that's what real music was all about. Real music was not about all these this what is that, auto tune and these electronic instruments and stuff like that. I remember when artists used to stand in the middle of a studio and have a live band behind them playing all their instruments and stuff like that. That's the music that I like. Not saying nothing against the new generation and you millennials. The music to you, music is what it is to you, and I respect that, but I respectfully bow out of that. What you think, Jokes?
Well, I totally agree because I don't listen to nothing new. Everything I listen to is from back in the day when people could really sing, and they just couldn't sit in their bedroom and get their phone and make an album and think that it was cute because their friends told them they could sing and they sound good.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
they don't have. It has no substance. It has no quality. They don't. Songs don't tell a story like they used to, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah. It's just
it's all about just having sex and
fighting out and all the rest of the stuff. And I just can't. We used to be able to go listen to songs. If you were sad, you can go play Mariah, Whitney. As much as I'm not a fan of hers, I'm gonna say Beyonce. You could even listen to some of her music if you in a mood. If you were in an upbeat mood, you put on some Shaka Khan, you put on some Janet Jackson,
or some Marvin Gaye. Remember?
Gaye, whatever the case may be. Nowadays, all you want to do is shake your asses and
you know
twerk.
What? Let's talk about that. What we did more than twerk. Can't. We had more than we had more than one dance, but for like it seems like for a decade. Everybody do is twerk. Where are the other dances? We had the Harlem Shake.
What I want to know is what kills me is how all y'all scream. Y'all want respect. Y'all want a relationship. Y'all want this. Y'all want that. But all y'all ever do is shake your ass in the motherfucking video. Nobody's gonna respect that. They're gonna look at you for what you appear to be, a fucking hoe, because that's what you appear to be, is a fucking hoe. Please don't tell me about body conscious and body this and body that is bullshit. Y'all want to be fucking hoes, and that's the way people treat you, like fucking hoes. So deal with it. Don't tell me I'm hoe shaming or not. If you want to be a hoe, then motherfucker be the best motherfucking hoe out in that bitch. But don't get mad when somebody call you the way you're presenting yourself to be, because it ain't body positive, it ain't body conscious. No, fuck that.
I have to agree with you on that.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
You just want a reason and excuse to be a motherfucking hoe, and then get an attitude because all y'all, let's talk about this too, how all y'all are motherfucking crybabies. Y'all do shit, and then when people don't agree with it, you want to sit in the corner and motherfucking cry like a little child. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's why I like my generation and maybe the 80s babies, because we grew up with the truth, with motherfuckers telling us the truth. Yeah. And we stood there and we cried and got up in our motherfucking feelings and got over it. And you bitches nowadays, y'all want to cry and y'all want to protest and complain and start petitions over bullshit. Yeah. Y'all will sit and complain about a motherfucker sticking a lollipop up their ass because it's their ass and they want the lollipop up there before you go out in the world and complain about the fact that Puerto Rico had about 10 motherfucking earthquakes and ain't nobody doing shit about it. That don't bother y'all. Y'all want to sit and cry about a motherfucker who put a lollipop up his motherfucking ass and everybody talking about why he got it up there instead of worrying about the real shit going on in the world, because y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of babies crying over bullshit.
Now, let me just say this. Another thing I want to talk about, too, is Billy Porter. Now, no, I've seen so many different posts about, this new red carpet photo that's going around about Billy Porter, and I don't want to say anything too negative about what Billy Porter had on, because in reality a lot of people liked it, but in reality a lot of people didn't. I'm not going to say that I did not like it. I'm just going to say that wasn't my taste. Now, anybody that knows me knows that at times I can be a little androgynous myself. And I love that side of myself, because that side of myself allows me to push the envelope and do and just go over the edge just a little bit. But what Billy Porter had on was really just not my style. It wasn't my taste. But the only problem, but I will tell you, the only problem that I do have with it, and this is for the heterosexual community. I want you guys to understand that Billy Porter is somebody that represents the LGBTQ or whatever you want to call it. I don't like labels. Y'all know I don't like that LGBTQ shit and all that other stuff. Y'all know I don't like that. He is a representation of us. But in the same token, I want you to understand that Billy Porter's narrative is not the only narrative of the gay community. I want y'all to understand that there are brothers and sisters in the black gay community that that's not our aesthetic. You would never see me, His Majesty, in an outfit such as that. That's just a little, it's just not my taste. But like I said, I don't want to take away from, the outfit. It was nice for what it was, I guess, but it was just a little bit too much for me. And I know this, I still have the utmost respect for Billy Porter. Billy Porter, if you should ever see this video, know that I'm not trying to say anything negative about the outfit that you had on, because I really do have a lot of respect for him, and I really am a very, very big fan of his, and I still have that wish that if we should ever meet, I would love to spend the day with him, going shopping and just hanging out and just being a cool friend. You got anything to say about that?
What? Oh, I was in a group on Facebook, and it's the gay group. Mm-hmm. And I left out of it because they were going in on Billy Porter and him, that green outfit, that I want to say gown, but I think it was a pantsuit he had on. And I left out of the group because I feel like black gay men are the most fickle things on the planet. But then again, that's black people, period.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I get what most of them were saying.
I do too.
I get what most of them are saying, that that's not all of us. A lot of them were making points that they don't understand, when did black men want to look like women and want to wear makeup and have beards and all this extra stuff. And I'm right along with them. It confuses me too. I don't knock the people that do it. But at the same time, I'm sitting back like, okay, pick a side.
Right, but what I'm saying is...
But you ain't got to pick a side.
You don't. But
you see, those are the ones, it's just like back in our day. It's no different than our day. Because see, back in our day, and I'm saying our day,
we pushed the envelope.
Chamella's 52, I'm 48. So back in my day, all I saw on TV was little queens acting like this. And little queens, oh, Miss Thing, da 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 da. That's how they portrayed us.
Right.
Now that we have an opportunity to portray us realistically, how most of us are, y'all are representing yourselves in the way that all of us back in the day didn't want to be represented, because now y'all are all out here in makeup and palms and wigs and things that the older ones of us was upset about. That was the only way they represented us, and let's get fair representation.
And then there's a little bit of bitterness there too, Joseph, because a lot of us people, a lot of people our age are a little bitter because we couldn't express ourselves the way this new generation can express themselves. But I'm not saying you, but what I'm saying is understand this, people. This is 2020. We are in a day and age where we can all be, regardless whether you're gay, regardless whether you're straight, whatever your gender is, whatever your gender you decide to choose that you are, you can be your own true, authentic self. But with that being said, understand this, is that there's more than one narrative. There's more than one narrative.
But that's like, it's no different than white people assuming all of us, all black people are
Right.
thugs and killers. Because all it takes is one. All it takes is all the videos you see on the internet. All it takes is what's on the news. And then when they meet somebody that's totally not like that, it's like, wow, they're all not like that.
Right, but here's the one.
Now,
that's the one thing that we can't control.
People's way of thinking is stupid. That just because one dog is rabid, don't mean they all rabid. Just because one dog attacked you, don't mean all dogs are gonna attack you. But unfortunately, that's the way people think.
Right.
So the bad part is that because that's what you see all the time, that's the narrative that's going to be spun for all of us. Even Tremel, yesterday, he went in the store. We don't have a problem with telling anybody that we're married and that we're husbands. We go in stores, they'll see him, and they'll be like, oh, where's your husband? And he'll be like, oh, he had a stroke. Well, oh, my God, y'all are so nice. Da, 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 da.
Right.
I don't understand. That's because they can kind of relate to us because we're not the makeup wearing.
No.
But most people don't want to deal with them. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Most people see them, and the only thing they do, and I get an attitude. So don't act like I'm sitting here because I feel this way.
But please make sure, Joseph, that you're not putting them down.
No, listen to what I'm about to say, because I've done it before. If a dude walk in someplace and he got on a face full of makeup and somebody look at him and say, look at that F word, trust and believe I'm just as offended because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm the same F word that you're calling him.
Right.
So that's no different than I would get mad if a black person walked in a room and somebody called them a nigga. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, I agree. No. I get just as offended because the same thing, the same way you're laughing at him, just because you may look at me and not figure it out right away or know right away, at the end of the day, the same way you feel about him is the same way you feel about me.
Exactly.
So it don't make it no different.
Right.
The way one person looks from a different person don't make the situation any different or any better.
Exactly.
It just gives people a different level of respect for you in the moment. That's what I'm trying to say. It just gives people a different level of respect for you in the moment. Now, when they find out, and I've had straight people say to me that I was different than another gay man because I just happened to be Joe who happens to be gay. I wasn't gay Joe that walked up on them.
Right.
I get it, but at the same token, I don't deal with people that feel that way because at the end of the day, we both the same. And you can't differentiate us because I make you more comfortable in how I present myself than the way he makes you feel because of the way he's presenting himself because I applaud him for being comfortable enough to do that.
Right.
Because back in my day,
you couldn't.
Back in my day, I was them. But I didn't do it to them extremes with the makeup and the heels and the stuff. But I was them. I was feminine. I would have blonde hair before it was time. I pierced my nose before it was the in thing to do. I did all of that before it was time. So I was
bittersweet to you?
I was them walking down the street, and I was ridiculed the way they was back in my day because I was quote unquote a radical back then. It wasn't to the extremes that they do now, but I was a radical back in my day because I had blonde hair. I had a nose piercing. My ears, both sides of my ears was pierced. I didn't care. I'd walk down the street and people would call me the F word back and forth. So see, I know what that feels like. Right. Just because I look like this now, believe me, I was a radical back in the 80s like they are now. It was just a totally different way of being a radical. Right. But I was that. Right. So when people get attacked like that, it puts me back in that headspace of when I was their age and I was 20-something, switching down the block with a nose ring and blonde hair. Guess what? You just took me back to the place where I was being called the same names they were. And I was being ridiculed just like they are. Right. And that's why I can talk about it, and that's why I can say when you get older, and because it's going to change. And when you see the difference in the way people talk to you and treat you, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But in no way am I knocking it because I was a radical back in my day. People was like, look at that F word, look at that F word. Yeah. And I had no choice but to deal with it like y'all do. Right.
You know what I'm looking
Or like I was told by a little youngster, honey, I was a punk because I didn't stand there and fight. Fuck, I look like fighting 20 niggas calling me the F word. I
Right.
wish I would. Child, it was bad enough they brought all that attention to me.
Right.
Let alone hook off on them. Long as you don't touch me, I'm not touching you now. If
Exactly.
a bitch touch me, that's a whole nother story. But if all you want to do is run off at the mouth, go ahead, because guess what? A lot of you 20-somethings, hell, a lot of my 20-something friends didn't make it to be 48 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
we bless.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. But you know what, Joseph? I'm looking, and you know what? My optimism. The one thing that I love about myself is my optimism. I'm so optimistic, and I believe this. I really do believe that there's going to come a day when who we are is not a topic of discussion. Who we are is not going to be an issue in this country or in this world. We're going to be able to be our authentic self without the ridicule, without all of the horrible things that we as gay people have to endure for being our own authentic selves.
But I think it's more so because it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
And uncomfortable people tend to lash out and think, okay, it's no different than being fat. You have people that don't like fat people because they're fat and they feel that fat is disgusting. So when they see us eating or they see something, oh, you need to put the fork down. Oh, you don't need to eat that much. You think that if you kind of keep belittling people or people that smoke, oh, I don't know why you got to smoke. Ugh, that cigarette smells horrible. You're not going to stop nobody from smoking.
Right.
You're
By
not
saying
gonna stop
stuff like
nobody
that.
from
Right.
eating. You're not going to stop these boys from being who they are and dressing the way they dress. So at the end of the day, it's live and let live, period. That's it in a nutshell.
Could you please turn that notification thing off? It's getting on my nerves, child. Joseph in that damn phone, y'all. Y'all know him in that phone. I can't stop him from that phone, but that damn sound, he get a message and a notification every 5
You
motherfucking
need to
minutes.
ask me nicely.
I did. I asked you nicely, didn't I?
Oh.
I said, could you please turn those notifications off because it's getting on my nerves.
I didn't need that part.
Oh, getting on my. You ain't even know how I felt about it.
Right, you can just
Okay.
ask me to calm down.
Do you hold back whenever you telling me something
Yes.
that you felt? No, you don't. Lies from the Book of Lies. And y'all remember, we still got lies from the Book of Lies t-shirts. So if y'all that want y'all lies from the Book of Lies t-shirts, let us know. I really want to give a shout out to all you people that sent your comments and your concerns and your empathy for what I have been going through in terms of getting my medication. Guys, I really, really appreciate you and thank you so much for all of the resources. People were sending me resources, Joseph, telling me different things to do to get my medication paid for. And I mean, I'm telling you guys, I have been at my wit's end with this thing. And the rant that you saw me go on last week, it was really out of a lot of frustration. It was out of a lot of frustration simply because we live in a country that says that we're free. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of this and freedom of that. And how the narrative in this country is that we're supposed to love and take care of one another. And you know, it angers me so much. What bothers me so much is that I see all of these people, such as celebrities, they donate millions and millions of dollars to causes all around the country. But right here in the United States, we have children, we have elderly people, we have disabled people like myself and my husband that just fall along the wayside and suffer, and some die. Some people die because they can't afford to get their own medication. They can't afford it because you're on a fixed income. There's been times when we have had to choose whether or not to get food from the grocery store than to get medication for him. There's been times where we had to pick and choose whether we were going to get food at the grocery store and get medication for me, and it's sad because we shouldn't have to go through these things. I mean, Joseph, I've been working ever since I was 14 years old. 14 in this country. I've made my contributions to this country, and when I was working, I was not one of those people that just got his paycheck and spent his paycheck on himself. I donated to different organizations like the United Way, the United Negro College Fund. I donated. Okay, and now that I'm in a space where I'm not able to work because of my disabilities, I'm finding myself in a space where I have to sit here and wonder and worry how I'm going to take care of my own physical health. I went to the pharmacy, I kid you not. I can show you the proof. I have receipts. I went to the pharmacy and my insulin for a 30-day supply is $214. And I have Medicare. And I have a supplemental insurance policy which is supposed to cover the cost of my medications and my doctor visits. And it still doesn't cover me. It doesn't cover me enough. I don't get covered enough. Because I shouldn't have to go to the pharmacy and tell them to put the medication back. Something that is just beneficial to my well-being. I'm a diabetic and I'm supposed to take my insulin every single day. This month I couldn't even get my insulin because I couldn't afford it. I really couldn't afford it, honestly. So for a whole month I could not take my insulin because I could not afford it. And it's not been easy. It hasn't been easy. And that's the reason for me starting my new support page. I'm going to be starting a new support page for those of you that have a parent, you have, an elderly person, somebody that's disabled, that is going through the same thing that I'm going through, where they're having problems with paying for their medication, they're having issues with going to the doctor, whatever. Please, let them know that we will be starting a support page for people like myself. And I'm not just talking about the medication. I'm talking about doctor visits too. I've had to turn down doctor visits. I've had to not go to my urologist. I've had to not go to my my kidney doctor. I can't go to my neurologist. There's a lot of things that I'm not able to do because I can't afford to. I have to pay $45 every single time I see a specialist. Every time I go for a doctor visit, I have to pay a $10 copay. Now, I'd rather pay the $10 copay than to pay a $45 copay. They charge more for me to go to a specialist than they do for me to go and see my primary care physician. And I'm on a fixed income. And for those of you that don't know what it's like to be on a fixed income, trust me when I tell you, you don't know what it's like to be on a fixed income unless you are on one. And the money that my husband and I get combined together, it does not sustain us. It just does not sustain us. But we make the best of it. We make the very best of it. We do the best that we possibly can to survive. That's what we're doing. Please make sure to just look out. I'm going to be starting that page very, very, very soon. As far as our YouTube page is gaining, as much as it's gaining momentum, we need for you guys, we need for it to gain a little bit more momentum. If there's any ideas, any comments, any questions, any advice that you wish to send us,